Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we're here to talk about water. So I brought somebody in to the whiteboard to explain water. So if you're exercising like me, you got your wonderful cross trainer right here. Oh yeah, are you getting your 50 minutes in? Well, I am. I got 22 laps today at 50, plus the 50-50 on the floor. So, first question I have. How much water should you drink in a day? Because let me tell you, depending on who you talk to, you have 14 different answers. I don't want 14 different answers, right? And when you Google it, you got to be really careful, because there are people out there with their own agenda, like Nestle. You should drink this many bottles of water. Well, how much is in a bottle of water? How much is in a can of water? How about sparkling water? Well, let's go to the expert and find out how much water should you drink in a day, and say, what's the answer? Well, let me tell you, how much water you should drink in a day is pretty simple. 2 liters. Now, if you go online, you got the U.S. National Academies of Science. It says 3.7 liters. National Health said 2 liters. The Alberta government says 1.5 to 2 liters, and the federal government says 2.2 liters of water a day. What's a liter? Well, let's break it down. 2 liters is about 8 cups, and this is a cup of water. See this cup? See how big it is? Woo! So, answer to your question, 2 liters of water a day. Really? Wow. That wasn't really an answer. Well, it is an answer. Okay, you say 2 liters a day for the average person, average exercise. How about my food? Is there, anything I have to take into account with food? Okay, yes. You do get water from food. Very hard to calculate. Very, very hard. How much water is in food? How much water is in broccoli? How much water is in carrots? How much water? Very hard to do. But there is water in your food. That's why when you don't drink that much water in a day, and it's cold out and you haven't really drank much water, but you ate your meals and everything like that, and you're like, well, gee, I only really had 3 liquid drinks today, or 4. I didn't hit 2 liters. Does that mean you run out and drink 2 liters of water? No, because there's water in your food. Very hard to calculate. Some labels have it, most do not. So estimated, and need a math degree to figure this one out, but there's water in your food. That's how you get to it. I think the 3.7, they're talking about food and blah, 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 and disagree with that. 2 liters to 2.2 liters a day is all you need. And water from the tap is just perfectly fine. Don't get caught up in the bottled water scam, because I personally think it's a scam. Great to take on hiking and stuff. Nice in a bottle, it's easy, boom, recyclable. But on an everyday basis, come on people. Please. No. So food has water in it, and that accounts to the 2 liters a day. Okay, because the government of Canada, I'm going by the government of Canada food side, and the government of Alberta both say 2 liters. They actually, 1.5 to 2 liters. But food counts. So if I eat a thing of grapes, it's got water in it. Broccoli's got water in it. Carrots got water in it. Everything's got water in it. Except for the beans. You got to add water to the beans, and then the beans got water in it. Okay, so food has water, so how do I figure that out? Food. Okay, let's talk about food. Food has water in it. And I can't give you an answer to how much water there is in food. There is on food labels sometimes the water content, percentage of water content. Very rare. But you can use that. If it weighs 1 kilo and it's 20% water, how much water is it? Well, that's 200 grams of water. That's 200 milliliters because 1 milliliter of water weighs 1 gram. See what I mean? You got to get the math out here, and people just are not going to do the math. So drink 2 liters of water and let the food be a bonus. That way you're guaranteed not to be dehydrated. What's your next question? Really? Well, that's not an answer. Okay, well let's get to the actual water we're drinking. So, what are my sources of water? Is when we say 2 liters of water a day, are we just talking about the actual H2O? Or can I have 2 liters of coffee a day? Because let me tell you, there are days I can drink 2 liters of coffee. Here, take a look at my coffee mug. Coffee mug. Okay, so here we are. So juice counts, coffee counts, blah, 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 blah. And they say, oh, well, you know, and you can watch a billion videos, and I'm going to tell you, everyone's going to say, well, coffee doesn't count because it's got caffeine in it. Well, apple juice doesn't count because it's got sugar in it. And orange juice doesn't count because, well, you like it in the morning and you're not allowed, it just doesn't count. Well, there's calories in those liquids, and I always talk about don't drink calories. But I would say a good notion is 1 for 1 on the coffee, But if you need your 2 liters and you have, you know, what's a glass of water? Glass of water. This letter, if you look at this glass, you see how big around it is, right? I can hold it. This is 1 glass of water. Well, how about sparkling water? Well, I brought down a can of sparkling water. Look at this. This is a can of sparkling lemon water. Kind of nice stuff. It's actually pretty good. Okay, but how much is this? This is a standard pop can. It's got sparkling water with a little lemon in it. So is this 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups? How much does this count? If I drink 10 of these in a day, am I over? Well, you are. This is 355 milliliters. 1 cup is 8 ounces or 250 milliliters. You must know this, because what people think a cup is, well, that's a cup. But you fill this up to here, that's over 2 cups of water. This is a cup, but if I fill this up, I measured it, it's a cup and a half. More than this. Know your ounces. Know your milliliters. It's very hard to keep track of this. But that's why you got your food journal, your little book, write things down, do. Just remember, it's got sugar in it, caffeine in it, all these other kinds of things. Can't use it 1 for 1. Juices, I use 50% because of all the sugar, and coffee, I use 80%. The rest is just water. Water from the tap. Ooh, just love it. So thank you for tuning in to how much water you need in a day. And trust me, if you're doing 50 minutes on the cross trainer and you're 50-50 on the floor, you're going to need that 2 liters a day. Because when I do the 50 minutes on the cross trainer, I drink about 3 glasses of water. Okay? That's about how much I drink doing that. And afterwards, I probably drink another 2 glasses of water. That gets me up to 5. And then with, a couple of coffees, but I get over that 2 liters, no problem. Right? And there are other sites that say higher amounts, but I'm going with this one. So if you're doing your water, think about that. 2 liters. Okay? And the water from the tap is just perfectly fine unless you live in Flint, Michigan. Okay? Don't waste money on bottled water and all those bottles going into the ocean and stuff like that. Hey, and if you like my sweatshirt, there's a link down below. And why don't you order one and plant 10 trees? We'll talk to you soon, and we'll see you in the future.